In this lesson, we are going to focus on cubic functions. At Form 3, we studied the functional graphs, algebraic functions, which is a quadratic function. A quadratic function is a known characteristic, that is, it crosses the x-axis twice so that we get two roots. On a cubic functions, we have three roots. So let me write something here as I explain. So the function is a power 3, which means it has three roots. I will demonstrate an example. Y is equals to x to the power 3 minus 1. This is a cubic function because the highest order is 3 here, x to the power 3. It also uses functional tables just like the quadratic functions. Let's say, for example, we are given values of x minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here, I have just put the function so that we calculate the value of y. But this is not a necessary row. But in this case, I have put it so that we can see how to calculate the value of y. So I will substitute these values into this function. Minus 3 cube is minus 27, minus 1. Minus 2 cube is minus 8, minus 1 cube is minus 1. 0 cube is 0. 1 cube is 1. 1 cube is 1, so here you must have 1. I made a mistake here. So this 1. Then 2 cube is 8, and 3 is 27. If we solve this, we get the following values: minus 28, minus 9, minus 2, minus 1. Here it's supposed to be 0. Here it's supposed to be 0. Okay. So we need to plot this first. This is the scale. 2 centimeters to represent 2 units on the x-axis and 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the y-axis. Let's draw and label our axis. This is x-axis and this y-axis. Right. So this is my axis with x here, then with y here. Now the next step is to plot my points. You can see here that on minus 3 I have minus 28. On minus 2 I have minus 9. On minus 1 I have minus 2. On 0 I have minus 1. On 1 I have 0. On 2 I have 7. On 3 I have 26. So these were my values I plotted. I will join the curve now. It's not that smooth, but at least it shows you the curve. And you must label your curve. Y is equal to x to the power 3 minus 1. So this is a cubic function. You can see it by the shape. It does not necessarily mean it must cross the x-axis thrice, but we can see that this value is one of the roots of x. Let me take an exam type question and demonstrate. Below is a complete table, is an incomplete table of values for the function y is equal to x to the power 3 minus 5x plus 3. So this from a past paper. This was the functional table given, and it had missing values m and n. And the question was to find the value of m and the value of n So let's calculate m. We substitute the values of minus 2 so that we find m. We substitute minus 2 because it is in the same cell with m. So minus 2 to the power 3 minus 5. In place of x, I've also put minus 2 plus 3. Then I'll expand this expression. Minus 2 to the power 3 is minus 8. This becomes plus 10 and plus 3. Minus 8 plus 2 is positive 2 plus 3 is 5. So the value of m is 5. And for n, I will do the same. I'll substitute 3. So 3 cubed is 27 minus 5 times 3 is 15. That will give me 12 plus 3 is 15. So n is 15. I'm going to plot that. So the scale we are going to use on x-axis 2 centimeters will represent 1 unit and 2 centimeters will represent 5 units. I think I explained this, that 2 centimeters means this square in bold is 2 centimeters. It has 10 small squares on each length of the bigger square. And I will label according to scale. This is my y-axis, this is my x-axis. Then I will label my points. The first point here, the second point here, third point, fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, seventh point. According to our functional table, you can check with our functional table. And the next step will be to join. I will join with a smooth pencil like this. And I will label y is equals to x to the power 3 minus 5x plus 3. And these are the roots of the equation. So if you are asked to write down the roots of the equation, we write these ones. These three. X equals to minus 2.5 here, x is equals to 0.6 here, and x is equals to 1.7 here. So these are the roots. It has 3 roots. It shows it's a cubic function. So this marks the end, and I will give you the questions for practice.